Feminism and Emma Watson's Boobs by Amy DeHart. Following nearly an entire adolescence on Harry Potter film sets, actress Emma Watson has also become an activist and champion of women's rights across the globe. She's been appointed a UN Women's Goodwill Ambassador and is a leading spokeswoman for the He for She campaign, which inspires men and boys to be agents of change for gender equality. She's written a book that inspires women to educate themselves about the gender gap, and her latest film, the newest adaptation of Beauty and the Beast, depicts a modern belle who is a designer and refuses to wear a corset.
I started questioning gender-based assumptions a long time ago. When I was 8, I was confused at being called bossy because I wanted to direct the plays that we would put on for our parents. But the boys were not. When at 14, I started to be sexualized by certain elements of the media. When at 15, my girlfriends started dropping out of their beloved sports teams because they didn't want to appear muscly. When at 18, my male friends were unable to express their feelings. I decided that I was a feminist, and this seemed uncomplicated to me. But my recent research has shown me that feminism has become an unpopular word.
Yet with one photo, her role as a feminist leader was called into question. In 2017, while doing press for Beauty and the Beast, Emma posed for a Vanity Fair magazine cover wearing a crochet top which revealed a significant amount of her under and side breast. The photo sparked a nationwide discussion over whether or not a woman could be both sexy and a feminist at the same time. Critics were quick to label Watson as a hypocrite or even a feminist fail. The photo became a topic of numerous YouTube segments and news articles. The image received negative comments on Vanity Fair's Instagram posts and across many other social media platforms. English broadcaster and columnist Julia Hartley-Brewer sent the most infamous comment regarding the photo on Twitter, saying, quote, "Emma Watson, feminism, gender wage gap. Why, oh why, am I not taken seriously? Feminism, oh, and here are my tits." Her comment suggests to many that it was impossible to be both sexy and serious. Many were quick to defend Watson. Headlining the group was the Huffington Post, who wrote a now viral article entitled, "Why Emma Watson's Boobs Prove We Still Need Feminism." The HuffPost article defended Emma, saying, quote, "Emma Watson has revealed that our culture cannot handle a woman who is both sexual and serious." The article went on to say, "The fight towards gender equality is contingent on women having a choice. The choice to enter the workforce or stay at home. The choice to dress how we please or the choice to bear it all." The HuffPost article summed up saying, "Intrinsic in anyone's feminist agenda should lie the power of choice and the power to be multidimensional human beings of society. Women can be smart and sexual and sassy and sophisticated and still want to make the same amount of money as their male counterparts. All at the same time." Longtime feminist legend Gloria Steinem also defended Emma, putting it plainly, "Feminists can wear anything they want." Emma also addressed the negative backlash surrounding the photo shortly afterwards.
I think it just always reveals to me how many misconceptions and what a misunderstanding that there is of what feminism is. Feminism is about giving women choice. Feminism is not a stick with which to beat other women with. It's about it's about freedom, it's about liberation, it's about equality. It's not, I really don't know what my tits have to do with it. It's very confusing.
Now I will focus on how this topic relates to the idea of post-feminism, a theory we've learned about in class. Post-feminism is a theory or perspective that has arisen as a response to the feminist movement. There is not one agreed-upon definition for post-feminism, leading to it being a rather confusing and disputed topic at times. Post-feminism has been described as having a reliance on individuality, choice, and empowerment. These three ideas were the core defense as to why Emma Watson's Vanity Fair photo still made her a feminist. Particularly, choice was repeatedly emphasized as being what the feminist movement is all about. In Rosalind Gill's Post-Feminist Media Culture, she says, quote, "The notion that all our practices are freely chosen is central to post-feminism discourses, which present women as autonomous agents no longer constrained by any inequalities or power imbalances." End quote. Women doing something to feel good or please themselves, such as wearing a sexy outfit they feel confident in, is a common theme in this theory, depicting women who are simply following their own desires. These desires are not thought to be brought about by what men want. However, Gill points out the flaw in this thinking. According to Gill, this theory says, quote, "It simply avoids all the interesting and important questions about the relationship between representations and subjectivity. The difficult but crucial questions about how socially constructed, mass-mediated ideals of beauty are internalized and made our own." So what should we do about it? How do we move forward? What is the advocative stance that I take on this subject? First of all, I personally agree with those who defend Emma. Women most certainly should be able to be taken as both sexy and serious at the same time, whether in personal life, work, or wherever. Ways to move forward. One way to move forward is that the media should stop portraying the stereotype that smart and serious women don't care about their appearances. Popular movies such as The Devil Wears Prada often portray women who want to be taken seriously in the role of, say, a job, as having little care towards their outwards appearance because they're too focused on getting what they want or being successful. This perpetuates the notion of a woman who looks sexy as not being as serious, smart, or perhaps cunning. Even characters in popular movies like The Hunger Games or Miss Congeniality have portrayed characters who were strong and independent, yet drab or unappealing until a huge makeover. This is another post-feminist theory presented in Gill's writing, the idea of the makeover, and how the choice to undergo a huge physical transformation is that of individual desire, choice, and empowerment. The second way to move forward is that media should focus less on what women in positions of power are wearing and more on what they are saying or doing. As in the Pie Mary episode of Parks and Rec that we watched in class, Leslie Knope finds herself facing questions of who did her hair, what clothes are she wearing, where are her kids, etc., while her husband is trying to talk about important political issues. Actress Blake Lively recently made headlines when she stopped a reporter in his tracks when asking her what she was wearing at Variety's Women of Power luncheon. Her response was something along the lines of, "Really, that's what you want to talk about at an event like this?" Blake was there as one of many public women being honored for their roles as activists, and was giving a presentation on child pornography. She went on to tell the reporter that he probably wouldn't have even asked that question if she was a man. She said that he could ask her another question, but reiterated the fact that she was not here to talk about clothes, but was rather there to talk about important issues. Hillary Clinton was in the news a lot lately, although not only for her politics. Often she was the subject of talks about her pantsuits, her hair, whether or not she looked tired, had gained weight, etc. And lastly, I believe women, both public figures and non, should support each other's decision to celebrate sexuality rather than tear each other down. Body shaming and cyberbullying are rampant problems right now, especially among women. Lady Gaga, after performing at the Super Bowl, even took to social media to defend her outfit choice, just because she was showing off a stomach that wasn't completely toned and perfect. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.